Well, just really proud of our guys. Obviously, that was a hard-fought game, back and forth, momentum swings. We did talk about it was going to be a four-quarter game coming into the game. Going off of last year's, game against Cal, came down the last minute. Our first couple games this year have come down to the fourth quarter. So really just proud and happy for these guys. They've been working really hard, continue to believe, and they compete for four quarters. Fire away.
On that note, Coach, what can finally winning a close game do for this team moving forward, their mentality, their belief, all that stuff?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, you're trying to win the games, and these guys putting in this kind of effort to finally, get the result they're wanting. It definitely will help morale and whatnot. But these guys are resilient, and they understand it's tough to win. This league is tough. That's a good football team, and they, the disadvantage for their week one, and shoot, they had the same thing in week two in their second game. So winning's always big. That's what you're trying to do. And so we'll enjoy this tonight and then get ready for our next opponent on a short week.
Jonathan, you know better than anybody about the trials of a quarterback. Tristan, can you just speak about how he kind of just stuck in there and kept at it and finally persevered in this game?
Yeah, he's a tough kid now. He is. He did some good things tonight. Obviously, a couple of plays he'd like back. Knew that we needed to be better in the pass game coming off of our last game, and the guy went back to work. He's competitive. It means a bunch to him, and that's what you want in your quarterback, a guy who is resilient that way. It's not always going to be perfect play, and just learning from mistakes and rallying back, and that's what he's done ever since he's been here.
You ever catch a touchdown pass?
No. They didn't trust my hands and my athletic ability to get open, so never got a chance to do it.
Lead us through that play. Obviously, you set it up with the run and then kind of the same play the other way. But why then, and how long you been working on that one?
Yeah, it goes to our play caller. I mean, Brian Lingren does a great job of calling plays in the right situations. It was something we worked on in practice. Felt like these guys, again, they're good on defense, and so it wasn't just going to be easy to score all the time. And so it's something we had repped before. Teagan can throw it pretty well. And he actually makes a pretty good throw because there's a defender there that he has to kind of negotiate the throw. And obviously it worked.
Jonathan, you had some special plays on special teams today. Can you talk about the Bradford return and also another block punt for your special teams?
Yeah, no, it was huge. It was huge. Set up two short fields for our offense to get scores on. I think we've taken a step on special teams this year. Some of it is our athleticism. I think Caleb does a great job in regards to kicking and punting and the hang time that takes place. And so those were huge plays and made a difference in the game.
Jonathan, Jesiah's had a hard time, getting on the field, and he comes up with this play that's, obviously the play of his career so far. I just wonder if you could just talk about how he's kind of persevered and stuck with it and made a play when you really needed it.
I know he's listed as a receiver and he's got talent at receiver, but he might be our best special teams player. I mean, the way he runs down on punt, he's been doing it for a couple of years. And that was a huge play. It wasn't like we called a all-out block on that. He's just doing his job and believing that he's got a chance to make a play, and he changed the game.
McCartan comes up with that game-winning interception, but it looked like on the play before that he had pressure on Garbers too. Do you just kind of have a really big drive there? Yeah, and again, I go back to the resilience of our team and our defense. A couple of tough calls to extend the drive, and then those guys kept believing, kept fighting. And ball tips up in the air, and we got to come down with that. And I believe it was Ham on the tip, and those guys make the interception. So we got a couple of turnovers in critical times.
Hey, Coach Keely Arnold had some big plays, and including in that final drive. I mean, that final drive by Cal, they just kind of marched down the field, but then you guys started to stiffen up, and then you got that big tip.
Yeah, but Keely, he had the short yardage stop earlier. And again, we're talking about a redshirt freshman who's playing for really a bunch for the first time, and proud of that guy. And again, we didn't play perfect football now. We got a bunch to clean up on both sides, even on special teams. But again, these guys keep fighting, understanding that it's going to be a four-quarter fight. and really we won the game in the fourth quarter.
Jonathan, statistically, it was one-sided at halftime. How did you feel about the first half? Did you just feel like you survived it and were able to maybe get something going in the second half? Or?
I think that's, surviving it, that word describing it, pretty similar. Again, there was no panic. We understood that, again, we hadn't played our best football. We're down 6. Understanding this game was going to get into the fourth quarter, keeping it close. I did think we made some great adjustments offensively and defensively. I think we started the second half, got a couple of stops. I think we scored on our first 2 possessions to take the lead, and just knowing that this was going to come down in the fourth quarter.
You guys didn't have Ham or Sandberg for a lot of that second half. Was it just kind of an overall gritty effort by the defense?
Yeah, I mean, it's usually a mutual effort defensively. There's 11 guys out there having to do their job, and again, we rotate a bunch at D-line, outside linebackers. We rotated a little bit in the secondary, and so it was a group effort. They didn't play flawless football. Obviously, you look at the yardage, you look at the time of possession. We got ability to get off the field on third down. We got to clean up. But again, these guys just kept on swinging.
How much of a shot in the arm was that defensive effort in the second half?
Yeah, it was big. Getting some stops, like I'm saying, to be able to rally back. We turned the ball over and on the interception, and that can be devastating. Those guys kept on fighting. We got a mantra of make them snap it again, and that's kind of what we did defensively, and came up with the turnover.
It seemed like Tristan was starting to put some really good things together in the second half, and then he throws that second interception. What did you say to him, and what did he kind of see there?
Yeah, you're going to have to ask him. I haven't talked to him after that play. But again, I go back to the resilience of him and how much this means to him. Appreciate the effort. And that's the type of kid you want playing for you, is the guy that loves football, and this means a ton to him.
Hey, Jesiah, what kind of is going through your head on that block punt there at the end? Can you kind of just take me through the whole play?
Yeah, we had a return set up, for Trey B to get a good return on, and the gap looked good enough for me to just split it, and I put my hand out there and made the block. It was pretty crazy, and it was a pretty surreal feeling.
What does it feel like? I mean, what did it feel like immediately after that? You guys obviously really needed a huge play there.
Yeah, it was crazy on the sideline. You can't really. There's no words to really explain kind of that feeling, and you only can rep that one time. So it's a kind of a life-changing experience for real.
Was that as excited as you've seen this team this year?
Oh yeah, definitely. That first win, kind of securing that first big play, and our offense had to go down there and kind of secure it. So I feel like that was a big moment in this year's season for sure.
So you've kind of gotten your career looking for one of these kind of moments. What does this mean to you? Yeah,
I'm always a team first guy. This is big for our team. It's our first win. We got to run the victory formation at the end there. I mean, that's what we want to do as an offense, and that's what we strive to do as a team. So I feel like we accomplished that today.
Hey, Jesiah, talk about the play of the special teams. Talk about Bradford's punt return.
Yeah. And
just the fact that, hey, you guys had a big mistake. You guys kept going.
Yeah. We just had a, next play, make them snap it again. That's what our coaches always say and always preach. So, we try to do our best to our abilities, and, that's what we got to do, just snap it again.
Obviously, all your games this season have been close. Going back to last year, last couple games close. Is there a way to sum up how important it is to win a close game and what it could do for this team, emotionally and mentally moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's big. I mean, I feel like we were in those last 2 games, and it's just, we got to put a full game together, 3 sides of the ball. And, I feel like we did that. We made some mistakes, but we kept going and we kept fighting. And, that's what we like to see in a team. So.
Hey, Jesiah, you didn't give up on that return where the guy looked like he was going to score the touchdown. You just turned on the speed a little bit there. Talk about that.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking that inner DK Metcalf, watching him run down a couple weeks ago. So, I had to show my speed off a little bit there.
How would you describe the play of the defense tonight?
They were good. They kept on throwing those quick outs and, checking down to their running back. And, our guys were there. Avery and Omar were were playing lights out all game, and our corners were doing well too. So it was really good to see them, play a complete game.
And then that pick that obviously was so important at the end. What's going through your head when that ball's flying?
Me and Teagan are standing on the bleachers, and I was just praying John would come up and catch that ball, and I would just pray, me and Teagan, and I'm glad we came down with that, because I couldn't be in that situation again with these last 2 games we had. So it was good we came out on top.
Jesiah, how important is this win heading into Oregon week?
It's big. Rival week, and everything we kind of work for, and everything we strive for this year is that's going to be kind of our biggest game. So we got to work for it. Come in on Monday, and it's back to work. Put this behind us and get back to work.
What was the feeling at halftime? Statistically, you guys were kind of getting run off the field, but you were in the game. Did you guys feel like you just needed to turn around a little bit to get back in it? Or
yeah, we felt we needed to improve in all 3 phases of the game. Coach Cookis and Coach Lindgren and Coach Tibbs, we all felt we could take that next step, that next half, and I feel like we did that. And you saw we came out with the dub today, and I feel like we showed you guys what we're capable of.
Taking on Jermar's touchdown run there on the first play from scrimmage, you had a huge block. What was kind of going through your head on that whole play?
Beginning of play, just do your job, right? I knew I had to cut off block, just get it done. Munch did the rest, and it was a big play. Good start off to the game, and there's no better way to start off the game than a big long touchdown like that.
What did you think when you saw him just go sprinting past you and take off?
Just pure excitement, I guess. I don't know. There's nothing really running through my head other than touchdown,
Hey, Teagan, take us through that play. What was the call? And then also take us through that other big reception you had when I don't think there was anybody with 15 yards. You were all alone out there.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just caught the ball, tried to get vertical. Tristan, he put a good ball right over my shoulder on the one that I got in the end zone. It was a perfect ball. So I just work off him. So.
You ever seen Tristan catch a touchdown before?
He's got hands. I'm not gonna lie. He catches in practice a little bit. So,
is that something you guys have been working on behind the scenes? Is that something you were setting up for a time like that?
Oh yeah, we work on anything you can name. We're working on it, and we're proactive about the game plan, and we want to find everything that we can expose. So we've been working on everything.
Hey, Teagan, talk about getting the win. What does it mean? And what does it mean to, after you guys had the turnover on offense, you get the ball back because of the block punt, and you guys come through with the big score?
It means so much. Getting a tight win like this. We've been battling for the first 2 games has been a battle. It just instills more confidence in us, I think. And from to next week, another big game, going to be another 4-quarter fight, and we're excited for it.
Avery, you guys got in the backfield quite a lot tonight, which is the first time in 3 games you've been able to do that. What kind of changed for you?
I think just guys executed better. We did a better job of just running things we've been running, and it worked out for us.
How would you describe the improvement you guys have made on defense since quarter number 1 3 games ago?
A lot. We knew they was going to come out and try to run the ball, and so we had to stop the run, make them one-dimensional. And I felt like we did that, so they had to beat us with their arm, and we ended up winning.
You guys got a bunch of third down stops there in the third, fourth quarter. Just how much, momentum are you feeling after that? How much confidence you get from that?
Good. We just knew we had to get the ball back to the offense. You see Munch's run first play of the game. We knew what type of game it was going to be. We knew just keep giving the ball to the offense, and then we would come out with the win.
Avery, a couple of the big moments in the game, Nahshon Wright's interception at a key point in the end zone, and then Akili Arnold with the knocking down that ball at a key time for the interception from McCartan. Talk about those 2 and what it means.
Those big-time plays. They changed the game, and we needed them. We got them when we needed them, and that was the biggest part of it. Nahshon and Akili, both ballers, and they stepped up for us.
How would you describe that last play where John had the interception? What do you remember from that play?
I was on the far side, so I was just looking across, praying someone on our team caught it, and we did. So I was happy.
Lead us through that last drive where they're driving down before that pick, though. What's going on, in the huddle and on the defense and the chatter? What's going on with you guys there?
They were just getting fast out. They were empty, getting a whole bunch of guys out, going fast. So we just knew we had to line up and just make them keep snapping, and then it was gonna go our favor.
The play before, you guys have that penalty that kind of wiped out the drive and gave them first down. What's going through your head after that? Is it kind of a deja vu feeling, or is it we're going to get a stop here?
I mean, we've been getting those calls all season, so it's just whatever. We just keep playing. It's not going to change anytime soon, so we just keep playing.
A big win after 2 tough losses. You beat Cal for a second straight year. Similar situation. What does it mean to you to get this big win at this time?
That was big. You didn't want to go down 0-3. So to be up and get a win heading to Oregon is big. It's good for the team and everyone around.
You guys, especially the last 2 games, have been on defense significantly better in the second halves of games. What changes and what allows you guys to be better as the game goes on?
I mean, you just make adjustments off of the things you've seen, and if any team that's not better in the second half ain't learning. So I think that just goes down to our coaches making adjustments and off the things they see, and we just play from there.
How tough was Garber as their quarterback, kind of, with everything that he does outside of the pocket and the way he can get throws away?
We knew he was on the run around, the extend plays, so we just tried our best to keep him in the pocket and make him actually beat us with his arm, and it went how it went.
Is that the first game you've ever had rushing, receiving, and passing touchdowns before?
Yeah, that was definitely the first time I ever caught a touchdown pass. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Go through the play where you scored the touchdown on the pass. What did you see out there on that play?
I think that our coaches got us into a good look. I think we were just coming off of an explosive play, I think. We just sold run, and, Teagan did a great job, like, selling it and getting down there. And, it's with Teagan, he's so big, you just put it up and he's going to come down with it. You got to just trust in him.
What's the feeling to see the defense and special teams really step up for you there and put you in a position to get the win?
Football is the ultimate team game, right? And so to see those guys and see guys that come in here every day and work so hard, and our coaching staff that works so hard and really just have so much love and passion for the game, to see them come out, and, for all of us to come out on top, and the special teams and the defense really helping us out there in a lot of places was just so awesome to see. And I think this is some momentum that we can carry, into the rest of the season, hopefully. When that game sealing pick is that ball's bouncing high in the air, what's going through your mind on the sideline? I was just praying to God that somebody was going to come down with it, and then just overwhelming joy. Like I said, we put so much work into this game and are so blessed to be able to, come out here and play it. And, God's blessed us with a great opportunity to play in the midst of a pandemic, and to be able to just get out here and do what we love and come up with a big win like that. It's undescribable feeling.
Hey, Tristan, how much does this win help maybe motivate you guys for this big game this week with Oregon?
Well, every week in the Pac-12 is a new week, and everybody's very good at what they do. It's also a rivalry week, so it's a big week for us, and I don't know if we need any more motivation, but it definitely helped us, and could definitely help boost morale. And I'm sure that we'll be, ready to get after it on Monday, and because we're gonna have a good opponent coming up here, and we're gonna have to give them all the respect in the world, just like we did for Cal today.
Hey, real quick, Tristan, Tyjon Lindsey's spiral, that pass, would you describe his pass to you, please?
Yeah. So, we called it. We got the look that we wanted for it. And me and Tyjon went to college together, obviously, and we were roommates in our freshman year. And I said to him on the side, I said,
who would have thought that our first touchdown connection would have been you throwing to me, So that was pretty wild. And, we've had a long journey, and, I can't thank our coaches and our defense and the special teams unit, Jesiah Irish coming back, coming through, and Achille, coming in and making a great play like that. And those guys, my hats are off to them. I owe them the world. So.
Hey, last thing, real quick. You threw the interception. How tough was that to forget about it quickly? Because you got a great opportunity not too far in that distant future there.
Yeah, it's a 4-quarter fight. I made a mistake, and that's part of the game. I'm learning, and I'm just going to keep growing and learning. And it's you never want to put your team in that position. Because I love this team with all my heart. And I want to do everything that I can to put us in a good position to win, because these guys deserve it. They come in here every day and they work so hard. So making mistakes like that definitely is hard to overcome. But I just kept thinking that it's a 4-quarter fight. We always talk about it. And, I got so many good players around us, and, guys came up and made big plays, and that's why they're here. They want to be in these games and they want to make these big plays. And, they definitely helped me out today. And, I couldn't appreciate them anymore.
Jermar, what happened on that first play from scrimmage? Just kind of describe what happened on that play.
Coach called a Y zone. It was Coach called a Y zone. It was supposed to be reversed, and then Tristan checked it to a Y zone play to the weak side to me, and I seen it. I knew it was gonna be open. So when he said hike, I knew it, and then I seen daylight.
The long play you made there in the fourth quarter, when you got close to the end zone, were you starting to think just run out of bounds, or did you ever think about trying to score there?
Nah, probably 50-50. I was thinking about scoring, but I was thinking about just getting down or getting out of bounds, so nothing bad could happen.
On that same play, I mean, when you break away and know they're not going to catch you, what's kind of going through your head knowing the game's kind of won at that point?
After I passed the second level, I was like, oh, like this game, like we won it. Passed the first down, I was like, oh yeah, it's over.
How would you describe the play of the defense, and what did you like most about how they played?
Our defense?
Yes.
I think our defense played well. There was holding the running game really short. There was containing the quarterback, keeping them from getting out of the pocket. I think they did good today.
What did Cal kind of throw you guys there in the second and third quarter when it seemed like they were keen on the run a little bit more?
Yeah. After the first run, you can just tell that they had to readjust their defense and like switch their schemes and stuff to stop the run. But we just kept running.
Jermar, you guys were in this exact same spot last year at Cal, where you were down 3 with 9 minutes to go, and you drove down the field and scored a touchdown. Did last year have any bearing on this game, just from an experience standpoint?
I mean, last year I didn't play the game, but watching it was very fun. Just watching them come back and getting a couple of sacks, so that was great to see.
Jermar, third straight game you've broken 100 yards for rushing. What are your thoughts on that?
Can you repeat that?
So sorry, this is the third straight game where you've had more than 100 yards in terms of rushing. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I come into practice every day, keep working, trying to find new things that I'm bad on to work on, and just keep trying to come back to practice and getting better.